Yep. So we are live. Funny, let me make you the host.
All right. If some of you are on Facebook, would you mind checking out if we are on Facebook Live? It should be on our Facebook page or in the event page.
You are the host now.
Am I the host?
Yep.
All right. All right. All the nominees I'm going to have us join the. Ooh. Okay. I thought we can do this automatically. Let's see. And thank you for keeping your names consistent just so that we can figure out who the nominees are as well. Okay, I'm going to start assigning you to the breakout rooms. So if you all can join those. Did you all get an invite there? Are there any nominees left here in this room? All right.
Hey, Pani, it's Michelle from IPCF.
Michelle, I think Funny moved into a different breakout room.
Okay, I didn't know.
From SVT.
I didn't know if you wanted the like youth engagement and philanthropy moved over to a breakout room or not.
Yes, all the nominees should be there. So let me see if I can move them.
Yeah, youth is still not.
Yeah.
Raja, I'll share the nominees presentation for until 2.
Go ahead. Sure.
Can you make me co-host?
Let's see. Like I can't.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome everyone. We are getting set up. We'll be starting in a few minutes.
afternoon, everyone. The event will start in 5 minutes, so we ask that you kindly mute yourself. We plan to start promptly at 2 p.m. The event will be streamed live on Facebook, and you are welcome to share the following Facebook link with friends and family. Thank you all for joining us here today. Hello and happy Sunday afternoon. Thank you all for being here today for this 5th annual 2020 YICU Awards event to celebrate what these fantastic nominated young people are doing to serve others and make our community a better place for all of us.
Would you maybe wait for a minute? I think we have some issue with the breakout rooms. I think the nominees haven't joined back in yet, so bear with us.
Sure, definitely.
Nominees, are you back in the main room? If not, could you speak up, please? Or if you are, speak up.
Yeah, I think we're here.
All right. Thanks, Aditi. All right, back to you, Avni.
All right, let's do this. Take two, guys. Hello and happy Sunday afternoon. Thank you all for being here today for this 5th annual 2020 YICU Service Awards event to celebrate what all of you fantastic nominated young people are doing to serve others and make our community a better place. My name is Avani Rai, and I serve on the steering committee for YICU. Now, before we get started, I would like to tell you a little bit about our nonprofit organization, For a Better Tomorrow. FBT provides global and local philanthropic support for projects that improve the lives of individuals and children and support organizations in need until they can stand on their own. So now, let's watch a quick 1-minute video to learn more about For a Better Tomorrow. All right, so now that you all know more about For a Better Tomorrow, let me add. One of the unique aspects of FBT as a nonprofit is that over 98% of all donated funds go directly to project recipients, and all FBT board members volunteer their time and take no salary compensation of any kind. This enables more funds to be directly dispersed to global and local projects, spanning from Guatemala to India to Haiti to Belize, all the way back to our local community. FBT also facilitates a youth leadership program called Youth Global Citizen to foster engagement of youth in both local and global philanthropic efforts. FBT depends on the financial support from its donors to advance its mission. Many of you have probably heard of Kite Fest, which is our largest fundraiser held annually. I would like to invite Ms. Punitha McCormick, 2020 Kite Fest Chair, to speak about this event.
Thank you, Avani. That was very nice. Hello, everyone. I'm Punitha McCormick, and I'm just here to share a little bit about Kite Fest. First of all, FBT is a wonderful organization. I've been very fortunate to be a part of it for the last couple of years. So FBT, organizes so many events. Kite Fest has been one of the major events where we've been able to collect a lot of funds and circulate it back within the community, both local and globally. So the KiteFest event is pretty much an outdoor event where people come together, with their families. It's a fun event for this town. And, people help us. We have donors, we have volunteers, we have everyone that, just comes out to have a good time. It's usually done in May. So unfortunately, this year, we had to make it a virtual event, as you all know, due to the pandemic. But we were very happy that it still turned out to be pretty good. We were able to raise about $13,000 just through the virtual event this year. And I want to say thank you to all the donors, the sponsors that made this happen this year. I had great support from Anu and Sridhar Vore, who also partnered with me, and other members like Hari and team that were able to help all of this happen. Besides that, this one, we were able to help one of the local organizations, which is called as Sunnyside Community Food Forest. And they're going to use this money to grow more trees and help the community. They give away food, the fresh, they grow like fruits and vegetables, which is in turn just given away for free within this community. So we were happy to partner with them and help them out. And we are continuing to look for, ways to help other organizations as well. So thank you all for participating, and congratulations to all the participants. It's so nice to see this young generation, being out there today and helping all of us. So thank you and have a wonderful event. Bye.
Thank you, Ms. McCormick. Now, throughout our event, you are welcome to cheer or show your appreciation by either typing a message in the chat window or, my personal favorite, using the emojis on Zoom. As Ms. McCormick mentioned, this year we held a virtual Kite Fest and over $13,000 was raised, with $2,000 raised through Facebook. We also seek to raise additional funds through our YICU event here today. So now, as we move forward to the event all our nominees have been waiting for, a few days ago, you were sent a link to an e-program booklet, which has the details of all the nominees and has listed the donors and people to whom we owe a great deal of thanks. This donor information is on pages 1 and 10. We encourage you to look at those pages and, when and where possible, show your appreciation to them. The e-program booklet will also be dropped in the chat. As part of our local philanthropy efforts, FBT is excited to donate $250 towards a nonprofit, which has been pre-selected by each of the YICU Service Award winners, which we will announce today. At this time, I would also like to recognize the YICU Steering Committee members, FBT board members, advisory council members, selection panel, and volunteers. The names are included in the slides on pages 1 and 10 of the program booklet as well. To all of you, thank you for all of the time and effort you have given so generously to support FBT and the people it benefits. Now, we would also like to acknowledge any elected officials in attendance. If you are here, please give us your name in the chat box. Here's who we know is in the audience today. Representative Dan Brady and Mary Campbell. If there are any teachers and school administrators in attendance, please do the same. Using the chat feature, please type your name and school. is who we know is in the audience today. Dr. Kristen Weichel, Dr. Barry Riley, Dr. Sarah Deal Hunt, Cody Hendricks, Kristen Monson, Stacy Ramsey, Tim Moore, and John Bierbaum. We so appreciate your services to our community and thank you so much for being here today. YICU Service Awards celebration is held to recognize youth leadership and service in the community. And we have hopes that it will also inspire other youth to pursue service and leadership activities and opportunities. Now, the process to plan for this event started many months in advance, as we wanted to create a virtual event worthy of all of the 2020 nominees we are here to celebrate today. Nominations were requested from local organizations, schools, and individuals. Students from junior high to college are eligible for these awards, and we have received several excellent applications. So now, as we get ready to recognize and celebrate these servant leaders, I would like to introduce my awesome teammates, Caitlin Whitecotton and Drew Rebba.
I hope you're all having a great time. My friend Drew and I would like to introduce the nominees this year. You're welcome to cheer or show your appreciation by typing a message in the chat window or using the emojis on Zoom. To all the nominees, please make sure to turn on your video. As we call your name, your video will be spotlighted. A few days ago, you received a certificate and a goodie bag. An appreciation for your outstanding service to this community. We also hope you enjoyed having a yard sign in your yard so your neighbors can see what an outstanding leader you are. Please note that there are bios on the screen for each of our nominees. So let's get started. Akila Arla is a second-generation immigrant who grew up in America. She loves traveling and being involved in her community. Akila likes voicing her opinions and being true to herself. Although she is a freshman at Normal Community High School, she loves the sense of responsibility she has, including her sense of doing something that matters. She acknowledges that she has such a long way to go to ensure her life turns out the way she wants it to be, and believes YCU is a great start. Akila supports the community healthcare clinic. Mihir Bendrai is a senior at Normal Community High School. He is passionate about physics, math, and chemistry. He likes playing soccer and frisbee, reading books, watching movies, and enjoys volunteering. In the future, Mihir wants to work at a sustainable waste disposal and renewable energy. He recognizes them because he recognizes them as big problems. Mihir supports the Universal Help Incorporated. Nikit Bahimidi is an 8th grader at George L. Evans Junior High, in addition to volunteering for many organizations. He takes an interest in basketball and track. He enjoys cooking and making snacks for himself. His favorite subjects are math and reading, and he likes to travel to India to visit his relatives and also enjoys traveling to other places. Nikit's nonprofit is Unity Community Center.
Satvika Boyna is a sophomore at University High School. As a young child, her parents taught her to be grateful for the life she lives. A few years ago, after going outside the country, she saw how many people live in poverty and was devastated. From that point on, Satvika wanted to make sure that whatever she does should have an impact on making the world a better place, and is trying to serve her community to the best of her ability. The nonprofit that Satvika supports is the Carl Cancer Institute in Normal. Dion Chowdhury is an 8th grader at Evans Junior High School. His favorite subjects are math and science, and he loves reading books, playing the saxophone, and solving Rubik's Cubes. His best time is 19.75 seconds. Dion has been part of ACO Helping Hands group and has volunteered in organizing several events like serving breakfast at the Salvation Army, setting up water bottle stations in Miller Park, Secret Santa, helping out the local Hindu temple during various festivals. The nonprofit that Dion supports is Project Oz. Chloe Cope is a junior at Bloomington High School. She is active in her school's band, theater, and soccer program, as well as her church youth group. Chloe has participated in student government for 3 years now and has been a drama club officer for 2 years. She hopes to go to college and join the FBI as a behavioral profiler in the future. The nonprofit that Chloe supports is the Wishbone Canine Rescue.
Gavin Cunningham's passion for others and passion for social justice propels his voice to promote positive change in our community. His 4 years on the NCWH speech team has provided skills as he co-funded the Bloomington Normal Youth Activists and held leadership roles in Not in Our School. His commitment to service has led him to pursue a degree in special education at Illinois State. He aspires to become an elected official after his teaching tenure. Gavin supports Not in Our School /town. Heather Dawson is a freshman at Heartland Community College, where she is studying agricultural business. She has been an active member of the Olympia Pacesetters 4-H Club in Stamford. She spends many hours of community service working at the club's Helping Hands Food Pantry and Community Garden that provides fresh produce to the food pantry. Heather enjoys caring for her goats, chickens, and taking pictures. Heather supports Helping Hands Community Center. Rachel Dawson is a junior in high school. She is the president of Olympia Pacesetters 4-H Club and a founding member of McLean County Hunter Ambassadors. She is active in her church and is a member of Hayworth Christian Youth Group. Rachel loves playing travel softball. She takes care of her goats and other animals and works with her sister in the home garden at the family farm. Community service is an important part of her life. The nonprofit Rachel supports is Helping Hands Community Center.
Leanne Garlish is originally from Pekin, Illinois. She came to Bloomington from Chicago based solely on the fact that she wanted her life to be more about helping others than it had been. Leanne has always studied and loved the art of theater and hopes to show others this avenue of creativity. She is a student at ISU and works as a staff member for Seedling Theater, a branch of Illinois Voices Theater. Leanne supports the Voices Theater, Seedling Theater. Isha Golapudi is a freshman at NCHS. She is very involved in the local art community. Public art especially interests her because it is not just beautification, but it can bring awareness on many social, cultural, and local topics. During the current pandemic, she partnered with various organizations to paint for a purpose, to thank, motivate, and support the healthcare professionals and essential workers in our community. Isha drives the innovative team for local charity Little Free Pantry, where she is responsible for bringing new projects and concepts to life with creative ideas. Isha's nonprofit beneficiary is Carl Cancer Institute in Normal. Amaya Hersey is a sophomore at Normal Community West High School. She is a member of the Black Student Union, Not in Our School, the Jewel Foundation, Jack and Jill of America, and Mount Pisgah Baptist Church. She plans to attend an historical Black university such as Spelman or Howard University. She wants to be either a psychologist or a lawyer. She plans to become a lawyer because the system is made to be against anything a Black man/woman says. She wants to help change and give African Americans the chance at this thing called life without being sentenced to death. The nonprofit that Amaya supports is the Jewel Foundation.
Marissa Jones is a graduate of Illinois State University, where she received her Bachelor of Science degree in Public Relations. Currently, she is in the graduate program at ISU, where she is in progress to receive her Master's of Science in Communication. Marissa desires to work at a public agency relations with a focus in nonprofit. She has worked in the warehouse, Mission Mart, and in the kitchen to help prepare meals at Home Sweet Home Ministry. Her nonprofit beneficiary is Project Oz. Jasmine Jordan is a senior at Normal Community High School. She is the founder and president of Normal West's Black Student Union. Secretary of National English Honor Society's Vice President of Communications on Student Council, a freshman mentor in the Freshman Mentor Program, and runs for the Lady Wildcat track and field team. She is an active member of the National Honor Society and Promise Council. Jasmine is a Master Junior Zookeeper at Miller Park and a member of Youth in Action and Youth Engaged in Philanthropy. Jasmine supports Youth Engaged in Philanthropy. Madison McSwain possesses many strengths, including being a passionate and enthusiastic person who has proven to be reliable, trustworthy, and honest. Madison is a valued leader holding the position of treble choir class president and one of the captains of the varsity Lady Riders. Madison volunteers at her church and does mission work at her grandmother's church by having Bible study with residents in nursing homes. She plans to attend Selman and Howard to become an OBGYN. Madison wants to become a doctor to decrease the rate of Black women dying during childbirth and to ensure that Black women's pain is taken seriously. Madison supports Boys and Girls Club. Grace Mielek is a summa cum laude graduate at Olympia High School and a freshman at Rhodes College. At Olympia, she participated in chamber choir, plays, musicals, student council, NHS, and speech. She was the 2020 Illinois High School Association state runner-up in Oracle Declamation. Her interests include public speaking, reading, and learning. She is studying sociology and wants to become a trial worker. The nonprofit Grace supports is the Danvers Tarlock Food Pantry.
Dhruti Mudigonda is a junior at Normal Community High School. She is involved in several organizations, including Future Business Leaders of America, or FBLA, and the tennis team. She is also a part of the Little Free Pantry located in Normal. Dhruti is also very involved in the Hindu community and her culture, which she attributes to making her who she is today. Dhruti's nonprofit beneficiary is the Carl Cancer Institute in Normal. Deja Parker is from Chicago and was very involved in the Baptist Church. As she grew older, she became more independent and worked at the Chicago Park District. She attended Chicago Bulls College Prep, where she learned to think more critically and serve her community. She is a fourth-year student at ISU, working towards a bachelor's degree in political communication and minor in political science. Deja wants to be a lawyer and be the difference she would like to see in the world. Deja volunteers with the Revolutionary Unite group and Civic Engagement Department at ISU. Deja's nonprofit beneficiary is the Bloomington Normal YMCA. Saraschandrika Puvala is a ninth grader at University High School. Her favorite thing to do is to spend time with family and friends. In her free time, she likes the outdoors, singing, playing tennis, and badminton. She has been a part of Ekal Helping Hands, Balagokulam, Seva, and Yuva Club for several years. These organizations have helped her get more experience with being a leader. Saraschandrika loves serving people around her and has been a part of many community service activities. The nonprofit Saraschandrika supports is Ekal Vidyala. Erica Rosenberger is a junior at University High School. She uses youth voices to push for a brighter and more equitable future for the coming generations. Prior to being involved in many activities at her school, Erica felt voiceless as she recognized the need for a change in her school, which resulted in her rebooting the Not in Our School at UHI. Heavily involved in NIOS's steering committee along with other non-for-profit organizations, Erica is given the space to speak out and encourage others to speak out about the intolerances they see. The nonprofit that Erica supports is Not in Our Town/School.
Retiah Ross is a 17-year-old and attends Normal Community West High School. She is a part of her school's Black Student Union and has taken the role of historian, which sheds light on Black history and culture. She often gives back to her community by serving homeless, comforting the sick, and educating her community. Retiah lives by her favorite quote, "Do unto others as you would have done unto you." Matthews 17:12, which she will take into her future to keep her grounded in her morals and values. The nonprofit Retiah supports is Special Olympics. Soraya Rote is a 16-year-old who attends Normal Community High School. When she started doing community service, she did not know the real meaning behind it after a couple of years of volunteering, she became to understand what the real meaning was. She enjoys spending weekends serving, whether it is with the elderly, giving out food to the hungry, or picking up trash. Shiriana serves as a co-leader of the local Little Food Pantry and coordinates events for Sewa International and participates in FBLA. Shashi Savavith is a local youth volunteer and an 8th grader at Evans Junior High. His hobbies include playing chess, soccer, and is a member of the 4-H Robotics Club. He is very passionate about giving back to the community that has already given him so much. Sashi looks forward to continuing to volunteer for the next several years. He has served on numerous service projects, including Little Food Pantry, Sewa International, and Bloomington Normal Area Scholastic Chess. The nonprofit Sashi supports is the West Bloomington Revitalization Project.
Lineth Soretti is a student at Normal Community High School. As a young child, he was shy and soft-spoken. One could commonly find him hiding in the back and would always be the one scared to raise his hand. As he grew through the years, he learned more about the world around him. By slowly building his confidence and networking with other people, he has grown to set new sights for himself. He now values and cares for many things in life, rather than being a shy and unconfident kid, only worried about the little things. At school, Lineth serves on the student council and volunteers with Key Club and St. Jude's Club and participates in FBLA. The nonprofit that Lineth supports is the Carl Cancer Institute in Normal. Aditi Sharma is 17 and attends Normal Community High School, where she is co-leader of Not in Our School and is on the NIOS steering committee. She also founded the Inclusive Education Coalition. She believes her efforts to help make the schools safe and education system fair and more inclusive. She enjoys music, reading, and watching Netflix. The nonprofit that Aditi supports is Not in Our Town/School. Even Shin is a Korean American high school senior who attends University High School. She serves on the Not in Our School and Bloomington Normal welcoming leadership teams within her town of Normal, Illinois, and is president of UHigh's Student Diversity Committee. Even also participates in speech and debate, student senate, and plays the cello and played tennis before the novel coronavirus pandemic. She plans to major in international relations with the potential of also majoring or minoring in cognitive science or applied mathematics, and hopes to eventually become a professor in her field of study. Even supports the Not in Our Town/School.
Eden Susung is a junior at University High School. She uses her voice and love of music to spread awareness and teach younger youth to find their voices through countless organizations at her school, church, and around town. She loves to volunteer her already sparse time to help those around her. She loves helping others feel safe and heard, and transcends leadership and happiness. Eden loves seeing others smile and find their own unique place in this world. Eden wants to continue to dedicate her time to helping the homeless population in this community and find their place and start to sustain themselves. Sonika Tamalarson is a sophomore at Normal Community High School. She has volunteered through Siwa International, Ecole Vidalia, Salvation Army, and through other clubs at school. She's an enthusiastic person and looks forward to making a positive impact in the community. Sonika volunteers with Ecole and at school. She helps serve on the student council and participates in FBLA. Sonika supports the Immigration Project. Anaya Thompson is a senior at Normal Community High School who self-describes as a natural-born leader. Her passion for helping others helped her become the president of the Student Union Choir, Theater at NHS. She's an activist against injustice whenever they arrive and is extremely determined. She developed a love for music at a young age and wants to use that passion to help and inspire and teach others like her. Anaya volunteers with CIDSO Buddy Watch, Gift Drive with Zeta Phi Beta, Turkey Delivery with Home Street Home Ministries, and Freshman Mentor Program at NCHS. Anaya supports Not in Our Town/School.
Justin Turner was born in Harvey, Illinois. He faced his fair share of trials and trauma during his childhood, but he has used those moments in his life to fuel him to reach a better future. He feels like he has been blessed to be given one of the best moms in the world, as she has raised him by herself and has shown him the true meaning of selfless love. He doesn't consider himself perfect and definitely knows that he comes with his own set of flaws. But one thing he likes to share is that he will stop at nothing to better himself, and he always will seek to do what's right, whether it's speaking at protest, volunteering, or being part of his local BSU. The nonprofit that Justin supports is the Jewel Foundation. Addison, or Addie Weaver, is a junior at Bloomington High School who believes that every moment is a possibility for positive change. A leader in BHS Promise Council, or BHS-PC, and not in our school, Addie encourages students to use their voices and uplift their classmates. She joined the BHS-PC board her freshman year. As the chair of BHS-PC, she works to create safe spaces within her school community for all students. These opportunities have given her the confidence to speak up and grow into a leader within her school community. Addie is also the historian of the BHS Drama Club. The nonprofit that Addie supports is the Promise Council. Now, I'd like to turn it over to our next MC, Jasmine Jordan.
Thank you, Drew. YCU also recognizes groups and individuals which provide sustainable philanthropy. We know that one person makes a difference, and we also know that when many people combine their knowledge, energy, and talents, they can do so much more. The first team nominee is ACLE Helping Hands. ACLE Helping Hands is a leadership and service team in McLean County. While it started as some friends trying to make a difference, and now has 50 plus students, ranging from the ages of 7 to 18. This team has organized and participated in numerous service activities, including Valentine's Day at senior citizen centers, cooking and serving food at the Salvation Army shelter, and creating care packages for U.S. soldiers serving overseas. The team also hopes to continue making a difference in the future. There are quite a few members, and their names are in the online program booklet. Sign in on the chat box if you're here. We are so glad that you're here with us today. And this team supports ACLE Vidyalaya. The next team is the Norman West Black Student Union. The Norman West Black Student Union welcomes students of all races. This student-led organization promotes positivity and acceptance through informing others of Black culture, strives for academic excellence, develops leaders, increases student participation inside and outside of the school community, and aids humanity through volunteerism and community service. The Norman West Black Student Union has been an organization since May 2019. This organization has hosted donation drives, led Black History Month festivities, organized rallies and marches, and much more. Again, we encourage you to look at the program booklet to find the names of these outstanding young adults. BSU members, please sign in. Thank you for joining us today. The nonprofit that the Norman West Black Student Union supports is the Child Protection Network. The YSCU Advocate Award recognizes organizations that empower students to provide sustainable philanthropy and encourage youth to be leaders and drivers of the organizations. Today, we have 2 nominations. The first YSCU Advocate nominee is Helping Hands Community Center. The Helping Hands Community Center, HHCC, is a community service learning project started and sustained by the Olympia Pace Setters 4-H Club and other youth volunteers. The food pantry serves the residents of Stanford and Allen Township. The clothing exchange is free and open to anyone. The youth plan, direct, and execute programs and projects to enhance the center. This resource is developed to meet the needs of families in need. Sign in, Pace Setters. Welcome to our recognition. And the nonprofit that HHCC supports is Helping Hands Community Center. Our second nomination for YSCU Youth Advocate Award is Youth Engaged in Philanthropy. Youth Engaged in Philanthropy is a youth-led initiative under the Illinois Prairie Community Foundation. They're a group of 25 to 30 high school students from DeWitt, Livingston, Logan, and McLean counties with a $10,000 philanthropic budget to allocate grant funds to local youth-focused initiatives. And the nonprofit that YEP supports is the Boys and Girls Club. Our third and final special award is the YSCU Youth Mentor Award. Nominations were submitted by individuals or groups in recognition of the support, guidance, and assistance these nominees give to youth. These are the individuals to whom youth turn to assist them as they go through the journey of life and are just there to provide a listening ear. We have 2 mentors. The first YSCU mentor nominee is Carolyn Hansen. Carolyn holds 2 degrees in education from The Ohio State University. She was the program director at the Student Union at the University of Northern Iowa and the international administrator for Circle K International, which is a collegiate group of Kiwanis International. After a 20-year career at, After a 20-year career in insurance, mostly in learning and development, She completed her career by serving as the 4-H youth development educator for University of Illinois Extension in McLean County. Carolyn has lived in 8 states, and in each state, she has been a volunteer in 4-H and Kiwanis. She is currently president of the Kiwanis Club of the Olympia area, which she also chartered. The nonprofit that Carolyn supports is the Helping Hands Community Center. Our second nominee for the YCU Mentor Award is Sri Narayan Chandak. Sri Narayan has been fortunate to see life in its entirety. He grew up in 2 rural villages in India, each without electricity, phones, or any modern amenities. Soon after graduating from the Illinois Institute of Technology, Chicago, he started working and met his future wife, Asha. They started a married life in Chicagoland and moved to Bloomington. Here, both of his daughters got their college education at ISU, UIUC, and Columbia in Law and Medicine. Sri Narayan volunteers with Toastmasters, Rotary Club, interfaith activities, youth camps, education, and rural development. He initiated the Diwali food drive for local charities, youth camps, and G-Life. Efforts he has been collaborating with youth for the last 2 decades in Central Illinois. The nonprofit that Sri Narayan supports is Eko Vidyalaya. Please show your appreciation to all the nominees by typing a message in the chat windows or using Zoom emojis. Congratulations and thank you again for all you do for the greater good. We will take a quick break to take our eyes off our screens and stretch. Please join us back in 60 seconds. While we are taking a break, we're going to launch a poll to answer a quick question.
They forgot to change the photo.
चलता अब इतना सारा बेचारे कर रहे हैं तो क्या कैन यू थिंक ऑफ अ यंग लीडर
We are honored to have with us today a very special guest. Patrice O'Neill is a filmmaker and CEO of the Oakland-based nonprofit strategic media company, The Working Group, and leader of Not in Our Town, a movement of people across the country working to build safe, inclusive communities for all. Her film, Not in Our Town, began as a half-hour PBS special and turned into a dynamic movement that thrives in communities across the US and around the world.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be with you today and so excited to meet these incredible youth leaders that can influence our country and our world. I want to tell you a little story about Not in Our Town, but mostly I want to talk about your community. And I hope that you can carry some of the stories about your actions, the actions of people in your town as you move forward in leadership roles in your future campus life, in your community life, with your families, and in our country. So Not in Our Town works with communities across the country to create safe, inclusive communities. This is a picture of people standing up when they were under threat from white supremacists in Billings, Montana. I'll tell you a little bit more about that story, but I want to start by reminding you, next slide, that Bloomington became the first Not in Our Town city in the country. And that's what we want to talk about today. This was taken in a number of years ago at the first national gathering of leaders from Not in Our Town. Let's go to the next slide. Not in Our School, Not in Our Town has a network of over 100 communities that have actively been participating in not only responding to hate crimes, but working for safe, inclusive communities and working to prevent the kind of hate that would lead to violence and harm for residents. Next slide. Not in Our School has always been a part of that effort, and young people have always played a leadership role in their communities. Next slide. I want to tell you about the story of Billy. Sorry. Video. Okay, so let's stop the video. Thanks. Okay, so I want to tell you a story about Billings, Montana, and how a story about a town standing up to hate launched a movement. It started with graves being overturned in the Jewish cemetery. There were attacks on LGBTQ people. There were attacks on Latinos. White supremacists started showing up at a small Black church in town. And the community wanted to support that congregation. So they sent members of other denominations to the church, and the skinheads went away. Next slide. When a Native American woman's home was plastered with racist graffiti, 30 members of the Painters Union came over to paint the house over, but 100 neighbors were there to watch. The town was learning what to do when an attack occurred. How do we act together? What can we do together? Next slide, please. The culminating event took place when a 6-year-old Jewish boy placed a menorah in his window for Hanukkah. A brick was thrown through the window and landed on his bed. And people in the town knew that this was getting more dangerous. They had to do more. So people started putting these paper menorahs in their windows, and they handed them out at the dry cleaners in their quick way. And then the newspaper in town printed a full-page menorah urging everyone in the town to put it up. And that year, 10,000 people put menorahs in their windows in Billings, Montana. And the white supremacist organizing stopped. No one could pretend that hate went away there, but the attacks stopped and the town learned what they could do together. But I think the really significant part of this story was, of course, what Billings did, but what happened next. Let's go to the next slide. People across the country they watched this film on PBS, they held town hall meetings. In Bloomington, there were 5 events that year when the first Not in Our Town film was broadcast. There were 2 in town hall meetings, there were some at union halls, and there were events in the high school. And if you look in the lower right corner, you'll see a young woman named Liz Halbert. She was one of the leaders of the high school event. And she worked with Rachel Gordon, a Jewish student, to have a discussion about how they could stand up to hate together. But it wasn't until the next year when Black churches were being attacked across the South. They were being burned to the ground in arson attacks, that people in Bloomington called our office and said, we need 3,000 Not in Our Town buttons because we're going to have a march from our courthouse to Mount Pisgah Church, We want to make sure there are no Black churches that are burned in our town. And so we decided to obviously send the buttons, but send our cameras as well. And we started documenting the tremendous events in Bloomington and many other cities who took on the Not in Our Town name. I think it's so significant that we are almost 25 years after that original film, and we can see the results of your activities. Early on, there was a group of Not in Our Town leaders who went into the school every year and asked students and their parents to sign the Pledge Against Racism. That was part of community life. You'll see some of these billboards that appeared in your town where individual people said, this is what standing up to racism means to me, and this is how I want to display it. Let's go to the next slide, please. So Bloomington became the first official Not in Our Town community. Let's go to the next slide. But I think what's even more remarkable is how those activities continued. I remember the really scary day in 2017 when we heard about the Muslim ban, and so many people were worried about their neighbors who might be Muslims or immigrants. What would happen to them? What do we do? Young people joined the Not in Our Town committee and called for an event in the Performing Arts Center in Bloomington, and look at all the people that showed up. This is your town coming together and saying, we will support Muslims and immigrants in our town. We want everyone to feel safe. Next slide, please. This is Ashwara Shikara, one of the leaders of Not in Our School. When Shrivanath Kachibotla was killed in Kansas at a bar, he was an Indian immigrant who was in a bar in Kansas, and he was shot to death by a white supremacist. Ashwara and the students of Not in Our School wanted the community of Bloomington to come together and make everyone feel safe. Next slide, please. So they called an event at the ISU campus, and people across the city and the campus and the school districts. Let's go to the next slide. We are so proud to be working with the community of Bloomington Normal. I have to say that this summer, seeing the leadership of young people marching in the streets, standing up against racism in support of George Floyd and his family and all of the other families who faced the trauma of loss because of police brutality. We are so proud of you, and we are so proud of the Not in Our School students who joined the community to stand up with the Taylor family this year. You are an inspiration to people across the country. And I hope that all of you carry that legacy with you, whether you've been involved with Not in Our School or not. You are serving your town. You are examples for our country today. Thank you so much for all you're doing. I have been inspired by you, and I hope I get to meet all of you in person someday. Thanks, Akal. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. O'Neill. We really appreciate your words of inspiration. Today, we have an exceptional group of young adults to recognize. For our audience and those who have not heard a lot about the selection process, I'd like to explain what has happened. We have collected nominations for these individuals and teams over the last several months. And we try to get the word out by telling nonprofits, schools, churches, temples, and community leaders in order to nominate anyone they feel should be recognized. Some students applied directly, and we asked for references. Once we received all the applications, we sent them over to an independent selection panel not affiliated with YICU for the final selection of winners. It is not an easy task to decide, since there's so many great things students are doing to give back to our community. Here to announce the first group of winners is one of our steering committee members, Caitlin Whitecotton.
We will be announcing 12 award winners, 3 from the 12 to 15 age category, 4 from the 16 to 17 age category, and 2 from the 18 to 22 age category. The first, 1 team winner, 1 mentor, and 1 nonprofit. Each award winner will be given the opportunity to speak for up to 2 minutes. Our first award winner from the 12 to 15 age category is Sashi Salvet.
Thank you. This has definitely been a crazy year for all of us. I mean, Kanye ran for president, but amidst all this, I'd like to thank YICU and all the service organizations for their work during these unprecedented times. Especially during 2020, it is critical for all of us to give back to the community, for it has given so much back to us already. And amidst the division and craziness of this year, it gives me hope seeing that all people present here today have contributed significantly to the community and to the betterment of people as a whole. And so I'd like to acknowledge all the people who made the community what it is today. Thank you.
Back to you, Caitlin.
Okay. The next winner is from the 16 to 17 age category. I would like to congratulate my fellow steering committee representative, Jasmine Jordan.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jasmine Jordan, and I'm truly appreciative to be here this afternoon. I'm extremely grateful to be the recipient of the 2020 YICU Award. First, I want to thank God for his presence, generosity, and love. To be nominated 2 years in a row for the YICU Award is a huge honor and a privilege, so thank you for a better tomorrow. I'm thankful to be a part of the YICU steering committee, and I adored planning this event. It was so much fun. I'm especially grateful for the people and organizations that helped me get where I am today. Thank you to my family from Bloomington Normal and Louisiana for their support and encouragement. Thank you to Dr. Carla Kimball Jackson for nominating me and providing me with a multitude of opportunities. Thank you to Dr. Weichel, Mr. Johnson, Dr. Caffey, and all the teachers and staff in Unit 5 who have aided me both in education and with extracurricular activities. I'm just ecstatic to accept this award, and thank you very much to everyone who's attended the 2020 YICU Awards event. Thank you.
Our first winner from the 18 to 22 age category is Gavin Cunningham.
I'm extremely honored to be given this award. Last year, I served in the 4th grade classroom as an intern, and we were telling the 4th graders about how everybody had an imaginary bucket, and you could either fill someone's bucket or take it out of someone's bucket. I'm so honored to be in this group surrounded by people that are just give to other people and embrace this community. So I'm thankful to all the people that I've been able to work with and help, as well as my incredible family and parents who have always been here to support me and have always been able to be there for me when I need their help. So thank you again.
Congratulations, Gavin, and all of our other award winners so far. And thank you for your words. Now, before we announce the next group of award winners, I would like to introduce our next speaker. We are fortunate to have with us State Representative Dan Brady. Representative Brady is a strong supporter of YICU and what we do. His office has graciously prepared special certificates from the state legislature for our award winners, which we will present to the winners along with an acrylic trophy from For a Better Tomorrow. Representative Brady.
Thank you very much. It's indeed my pleasure to be with all of you this afternoon and congratulate and recognize the YICU Advocate Award winners and the Mentor Award winners. You are all celebrated for positively impacting individuals and their community through volunteer service to neighborhoods, schools, and human service agencies. With congratulations and best wishes for your continued success, on behalf of the Illinois House of Representatives, we acknowledge each and every one of you and present to you the certificates of recognition. Thank you, and God bless you for your continued service.
Thank you very much for your inspiring words. And now, continuing with the much anticipated award winners, I'm fortunate to be able to announce the second group. From the 12 to 15 age category is Isha Golopodi.
I would like to, okay, I am unmuted. I would like to start by saying thank you so much for a Better Tomorrow for taking today to recognize all the amazing people in our community, and YICU as well. Many humble thanks to Mrs. Sarah Amaravali for nominating me for this award. Many thanks to the Art Circle and especially my mentor, Janine Baird, for showing youth like me opportunities to help and guide us on our path to community service with art and help youth finding their voice in the real world. Also, a very big thanks to the Little Free Pantry for initiating me on my path to community service. Thank you.
Thank you, Isha, for those impressive words. And the beneficiary Isha chose was the Carl Cancer Institute, Normal. And now, moving on to the 16 to 17 age category. Are you guys ready? The first winner from this age group is Erica Rosenberger. And the beneficiary chosen is not in our school.
I just wanted to say thank you for YICU for nominating me, for giving me this award. I want to give a huge thank you to Mary Applington for nominating me, and my peers, also part of Not in Our School and the other organizations I'm a part of. You guys have been such a big support for me. I want to thank my family just for always being here for me and always supporting me through my adventures. I'm so blessed to be given this opportunity to work with some really, really amazing people. And even during a time of distance, I found that I've grown a community and grown really close to some of the people in these groups. So I just want to say thank you all, and I'm looking forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you for sharing your excellent work with all of us, Erica. Now, again, from the 16 to 17 age category is Rachel Dawson. And her nonprofit beneficiary is the Helping Hands Community Center.
Hi, I'd like to thank YCU and For a Better Tomorrow for giving me this opportunity and for supporting my nonprofit. I'd like to thank my parents for supporting me and also my 4-H leaders. They've helped me a lot get to the point I want to be. Thank you.
What a great message, Rachel. Thank you for sharing it with all of us. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce longtime FBT supporters and a true inspiration to the community, Mary and Hank Campbell, to speak for a few minutes. They have been involved with For a Better Tomorrow for many years, and they were instrumental in starting an endowment-like fund to sustain our youth leadership program efforts. They are both social entrepreneurs and community servants, helping and serving numerous nonprofits in our community. Hank retired from ISU and has been a team leader with the ISU and IWU Student Build for Habitat for Humanity for over 20 years. He is on the board of the Reimer Nature Center, normally Rotary Service Organization, and Friends Forever. Mary retired from ISU as well. She co-founded 2 nonprofits, Labyrinth Outreach Services for Women and Dreams Are Possible. Both organizations work to empower women in the community. She is on the board of several social service agencies, the County Behavioral Health Advisory Board, and the Board of Trustees for Heartland Community College. Also, Hank and Mary's 8th grandchild was just born last month, and they're looking forward to traveling to California to meet her. Mary and Hank, the stage is all yours.
Thank you. What an honor it is to be able to learn the stories of each of you who share a commitment to service at your schools, at your temples, and the larger community. Thanks for a better tomorrow for giving Hank and I this opportunity to be inspired again by each of you who are taking charge of your lives and working to right injustices like food insecurity, lack of adequate resources, systemic racism, bullying, and limited access to opportunities. We were asked to briefly speak about the impact of Youth Global Citizens and YICU. We know that everyone benefits because of YICU and YGC, both the participants and the selected winners, as well as the nonprofits. The winners each amazingly get $250 to give to the nonprofit of their choice. Collectively, that's around $5,000 that will have a direct impact on small programs serving children, youth, and families. Several years, Feli Sebastian and I began a program to help women transition from being incarcerated back into their families and into our community so they could heal and become productive. Support from Youth Global Citizens and YICU were part of the resources that helped birth Labyrinth Outreach Services into existence to serve some of the most vulnerable among us. More recently, the YGC team of 2019 used their skills and their passion to reduce and increase the resources that we could bring together in a neighborhood to support the work of Dreams Are Possible. The mission of Dreams is to provide training and educational opportunities to assist women to transition from low-paying jobs to careers in the trades that provide a sustainable income. I think of that team of 5 young people each time I pull into the building and I see the wall mural that they painted on the side of the building that depicts women in non-traditional fields of employment with oversized tools. That beautiful mural, painted by the YGC team in the summer of 2019, not only brightens up the neighborhood, but has been a source of amazing media attention.
The YGC and YICU efforts to grow the spirit and skills of our youth requires an investment of time and money in these times. These individuals will be our future leaders and who are now going forward with experiences and skills as well as amazing insight into themselves and their potential. Since its inception in 2016, Youth Global Citizens has donated over $29,000 in grants to local nonprofits and graduated 67 students. Mary and I, along with others of the community, want this to continue. YGC was limited in its ability to come together this year because of the pandemic, but they still were able to donate $1,000 each to 3 local nonprofits. YICU and YGC supports the work of local nonprofits, but it also builds and recognizes the value of servant leadership and each individual's responsibility to be the best possible steward of their skills and talents. Today, we are asking each of you to support this wonderful work. While supporting our youth, we are going to help them build a better world.
Gandhi empowered the youth of our day when he told us, "Be the change we wish to see in the world." Each of the young people here today is doing just that. Our ask for this virtual awards event is for you to support this work by helping us reach and maybe even exceed our goal of $3,000. Our community is gifted to have this work going on here, and we ask you to please follow the links that will be provided to donate on Facebook or through A Better Tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary and Hank. We will take a quick stretch break again. Please join us in 60 seconds. While we are taking a break, we are going to launch another poll to answer a quick question.
Back to you, Dhruv.
Next up are our very special awards. The winner of the team award is the Normal West Black Student Union. Speaking on behalf of the team is Jasmine Jordan, and the nonprofit beneficiary is Child Protection Network.
Oh my goodness. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jasmine Jordan, the president and founder of the Normal West Black Student Union. Justin Turner, our vice president, Rakai Ross, our historian, and Amaya Hersey, our outreach coordinator, are here as well. I'm just immensely proud that they are here, and I admire their multitude of achievements. We also have several amazing Black Student Union members here as well. Marielle Arias, I know she's here. I'm just truly appreciative to be here this afternoon. I'm just extremely grateful that the Normal West Black Student Union is the recipient of the 2020 YICU Team Award. Just to be considered for it is a huge honor and a privilege. And it's just amazing because BSU has only been around for a year and a half. Thank you to Unit 5 and Normal West for providing us with a space to be ourselves and better the youth of color in the school district. Thank you to Dr. Yicu for listening to the Normal West Black Student Union's demands and striving for diverse change in our district. Thank you to Mr. Johnson for approving the Normal West Black Student Union and working hard to increase diversity at Normal West. Thank you to Dr. Caffey for sponsoring the Normal West BSU and guiding the organization. Thank you to Ms. Samuel, Mrs. Tinsley, and the numerous guidance counselors, teachers, and staff inside and outside of Normal West who have supported and assisted with our organization. Thank you to the Bloomington Normal community for accepting us and listening to our voices. Thank you to our guest speakers, Ms. Pat Turner, Dr. Carla Kimball Jackson, Mrs. Jade Hersey, Mr. Jeff Woodard, and many more. Thank you to the Bloomington Normal chapter of the NAACP who helped us amplify our voices at the rallies this summer. And thank you to all the parents who helped put together BSU meetings and events. Finally, thank you to our plethora of BSU members who are actively engaged by filming Black Fact Fridays, participating in community service events, and spreading the word. I am especially grateful for the people and organizations that have helped the Normal West Black Student Union be what it is today. And thank you very much for attending the 2020 YSU event. This is just amazing.
Next is the Youth Advocate Award, which goes to the nonprofit Helping Hands Community Center, HHCC. Speaking on behalf of the group is Rachel Dawson.
Hi, I'm a volunteer at Helping Hands Community Center. Thank you for this opportunity from YSU and for a better tomorrow. A little that we do at Helping Hands Community Center is we serve food to the Allen Township community once a month. We also have a community garden that we serve. We serve on average 20 families a month. And there's lots of great volunteers that help us run it. So thank you to nominating us and thank you.
We are pleased to announce the recipient of the Youth Mentor Award. That person is Sri Narayan Chandak, and the nonprofit beneficiary is Eko Vidyala Foundation, USA.
Chanakji, if you want to speak, unmute yourself and speak for a bit.
I'm totally overwhelmed, and I'm aware of the work that Mr. Funny, Mr. Mandwa, many of the members of this organization have been doing, but I didn't know that it was so extensive, so outstanding. And just like Ms. O'Neill said, I am myself totally inspired, totally moved by the number of youth doing such wonderful work. And my only request to the organizers and to all these young organizations is they will give me a few minutes sometime during the coming months so I can visit with them. So wonderful. I don't have the words to appreciate that. Avani, thanks a lot. You're doing a wonderful job, and Avani kind of put my name in there. I appreciate that, mainly because I got the opportunity to see the kind of work that is going on through the YICU for Better Tomorrow. I know Mr. Hank, and I was so happy to see him. I also had an occasion to miss Hansen, to hear her at our Carolyn Hansen at our Rotary Club. You just have wonderful people associated with YICU, and certainly look forward to work with you. I feel very honored that I may or may not deserve, but it's a great opportunity to see this kind of synergy among the youth. And I think youth is the future of any country, any nation, and any community. And so I think this McLean County, we are very blessed. We're very fortunate. And special congratulations to all the officers of YICU, all the volunteers, all the thinkers and the visionaries who are making this happen year after year. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I am pleased to announce the final 3 winners. From the 12 to 15 age category is Slavaka Boyana, and the nonprofit beneficiary is Taro Cancer Institute in Normal.
I'm super honored to get this award, and I would like to thank my family, especially my mom, who has always been my rock, and my dad for being my biggest role model. And last but not least, YCU and FBT for this incredible opportunity. And one person volunteering has a big impact. And with this platform, I want to encourage everyone to volunteer in any way that they can. And McLean County has one of the most amazing volunteering communities ever. And I am so grateful to be a part of it, just like all the incredible nominees here. Once again, thank you for this award.
From the 16 to 17 age category is Yvonne Shin, and the nonprofit is Not in Our School.
Wow. First off, I'd like to thank my parents for supporting me in every endeavor I've ever wanted to do, and Mary Applington, Camille Taylor, and the rest of the Not in Our School steering committee for giving me an incredible community to fight alongside. Years ago, I read an article in the New York Times about community service, and it ended with the line, "I realized that serving someone looks a lot like trusting them." So when I first read that article, I had absolutely no idea what that line meant. But over many years of doing what I do and meeting incredible people, I developed my own interpretation. Community service is an act of kindness, and both community service and kindness come with inherent vulnerability. And in the third wave of the novel coronavirus pandemic, and just after a winner was projected in a divisive presidential race, we have acutely seen the risks of being so vulnerable. I think it would have been incredibly difficult for me to continue my service if it weren't for the people around me. And as I see all of the youth nominees and the people who love them on this Zoom call, most of whom I've never met before, it empowers me to continue my service because I'm working alongside people who know how dangerous that vulnerability can be, but embrace it anyways. It empowers me knowing that an organization like For a Better Tomorrow exists to celebrate and uplift the strength that is present in our trust. So thank you so much for this honor. Thank you so much for your vulnerability, and thank you to everyone here so much for your service. Directly or indirectly, you guys have inspired me to be here today. Thank you.
Our final winner for this afternoon is from the 18 to 22 age category. And that person is Heather Dawson, and their nonprofit is Helping Hands.
I'm Heather Dawson, and I just want to say thank you to For a Better Tomorrow for this opportunity. And I'd also like to say thanks to my parents and for age leaders for supporting me and allowing me to do everything I do for my community. And just congratulations to everyone who received an award today. Thank you.
Well, that was awesome, wasn't it? Thank you for being a part of our first ever virtual YSCU celebration. Let's give all of our winners and nominees another round of applause by typing it in the chat window or by using Zoom emojis. We ask that all winners go to the breakout room at the end of the event for a couple of announcements and a group picture. If you accidentally log out, please log back in. If you have not had a chance to make a donation to YSCU, please consider doing so. YSCU relies on the support from generous donors like you to support community nonprofits. As we wrap up today's event, we would love to encourage you to take a moment to think about the impact you could have on next year's YSCU event. For example, if you can think of any youth who you would like to nominate or know of any organizations that could assist in doing so, please keep them in mind. If you might be interested in serving on the YSCU steering committee, we always welcome new faces and thoughts to make next year's event even better. On the part of the steering committee, thank you all for logging in today and being a part of our festivities. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. And again, we ask that all winners go to the breakout room for a couple of announcements. Thank you, everyone. Bye.